And if there's going to be, there's got to be a cool off. And I'm going to tell you why that's my opinion. This is the RSI on the 1 day. So this blue line here at 61 has pretty much been, you can see we popped over it a couple of times. I'm going back, this is all the way back almost a year ago. We got to 70 on the RSI. Keep going, keep going, keep going. You got to go back to October of 2021. So this is like 2 weeks before we hit 69,000. That is the last time. And by the way, the RSI is way higher than that right now.
What is RSI? Sorry.
This is momentum. So everything over 70 essentially is considered overbought territory. So you're just, and there's 1,000 indicators, and you can't just follow any one of them because they all break over the course of time based on other things that are happening. But this, I mean, like, this is a historic number on the daily time. We're at 85 on the daily RSI. I mean, let's keep going back. Where we got there January of 21. So that, yeah, I'll bet you that's within a few weeks of the Elon Musk tweet right there. Because remember, that's when we went up from like 20 to 40,000. So that was 2 years ago. That's the last time we've been up. And you can see, like, this is a vast wasteland. We have never been here. So that is the main reason that I think, even though I think this bull run isn't done, and I really do think we can get to 21.5, there's got to be a pullback. I mean, we can't just go there in a straight line. And if we do go there in a straight line, then I'm worried that we tank, because you can see how this works. Like the last time we peaked, it's like bam.
This is how you take. This is how you, like, you know, you're letting the ring. You know, fishing. You're letting the line out, letting the fish feeling good. Doesn't think he's trapped at all. And then, yeah, you yank it back. And you're like, yeah, I got that fish.
That's right. When's the rug getting pulled is the question. So I hope, you know, 21.5 is a very good price target. But it would be nice if over the weekend, you know, if this turned into like a little bit of line of support on the RSI for even just a week, then we could get up to 21.5 or beyond. And then I would once again, like I did this week, I bought options over the last month and took profits this week. I don't sell my stock because, to me, none of these stocks are even 1/10 of what their value is going to be from my personal price target. So not financial advice, but every one of these I will not sell until they've at least 10x'd. And I know that could.
You need to do something. You need to put my thing up. We finally broke it. 102. Steve just told us.
Not this one. Boom.
Oh yeah.
What?
We finally broke it. Only for a second. Now it's back down. So your strategy now, Tom, is you're still not going to sell any stock. You're just going to get some options.
I will. If there's a pullback, I'll reload on my options.
Will you reload and buy in more stock?
I won't buy stock unless there's because I mean, all of this time right here, I mean, this is like a year of accumulation. So I feel like I think this was the bottom. Let me get rid of this RSI stuff. I think this was a very clear double bottom. I think we already had our bottom because this was in June. This was a flash crash. This should have been the bottom. It was going to be the bottom. You can see it held for 5 months. But this FTX situation was so monstrous that we created a very short-term new bottom. We double bottomed. And now, I mean, we're just running away from this line right now. So I don't want to, I just spent a year accumulating these stocks. I'm really probably not going to buy unless we get, you know, way back down into the 16s or 17s or something.
Do you think that's possible? Do you think that there's a chance for a Fibonacci retrace?
You've been waiting for that one. Yes, I absolutely do. I think, you know, I'm not calling that, but let's be honest, that's what has happened this year. The question is, and we actually just crossed a gigantic, I'm going to draw it and see if, let me go to a different. Let me go to a cleaner chart.
I mean, just remember, everybody's been saying Bitcoin's going to zero. Bitcoin's going to zero. So we believe that Bitcoin's not going to zero, and it's going to be stored of value. And my wife's going to yell at me. Yes. Okay.
Let me go somewhere where the chart might have a little less lines on it. Okay. What?
So everybody in this, pretty much in this, has not given up on Bitcoin. And, you know, I would say we were almost a dying breed. Wouldn't you, Tom? I mean, everybody's talking about how it's killing the environment and yada, yada, yada.
The FUD was at an epic level. There's just no question about it. And, man, this goes way back.
And then if you follow other cryptos and you look at the other, you know, you just look at the top 20, everybody's been green this week. This has been a great week for crypto. And I don't know if anybody looks at the total market cap of crypto. That's the thing I pay attention to. And I think we're going to have a run to like 1.5 trillion, by the way.
Here's your number, George.
Yeah. I've been saying George
this. I said if it breaks, getting down to 800, and it pretty much exactly hit 800. So I'll give you up. I'm overusing the new button, but I got to give you that one. So now what's your new call? Because you just said it, but let's repeat that because you made a new call.
I said when we were at lunch today, and I said if for some reason we make over $900 billion, for some reason I feel it's going to 1.5 trillion. And I'm not saying that's all Bitcoin or all Ethereum, but I'm saying it's going to be a mix of Doge and
so that would
some of the other.
That's a Bitcoin run back to 25,000.
Yeah. So I think that we're pretty. I don't know. You know, I could be wrong. I think there's also a lot to do with this meeting. That you know, let's be honest. When a whole bunch of billionaires get together, they like to see what they can do to screw with people. And this would be a way to do it. That's why I say take profits. But, you know, unless you know you're in for the long term. If you're in for the long term, it really doesn't matter what happens today and tomorrow. What matters is Bitcoin a failed project, a failing project, or is Bitcoin going to work? That's the question you have to answer yourself. I mean, I personally believe that Bitcoin is a product that's going to work. And it still works.
I think it's just gaining adoption. There's a massive amount of catalysts ahead. There are a few landmines ahead. We've been running through, you know, some tough times for the last, I guess, 15 months. And this was a vicious downturn. And in some ways, this was the worst bear market of all time. So
Georgia.
But you know, a lot of people are asking, is this a bull trap? So my answer to that is, we may get a pullback, but I don't think unless something, you know, there's 3 or 4 gigantic things. If Tether were to totally unravel and lose its peg, or if, and I'm not saying any of this is going to happen. I'm just using examples. If Binance all of a sudden were to go under, or, you know, turn into an FTX situation, but I don't really think any of those things are going to happen, and I think it won't be as bad a blow as the FTX thing was, because the system has already had that shock. So what happens, you know, the price builds in like shock absorbers. So we've been down that road before. So yeah, it'll be a hit, but it won't be like the hit that FTX was, in my opinion.
Well, and something big happened today, and I think it was supposed to stop this morning. I don't know if it did, but Tether is no longer allowed on Crypto.com. Crypto.com said that, we decided that you're not a true stable coin. You won't release the data. You won't allow these people to audit you. So here's the problem. Bam.
And they're the biggest.
Yeah, stable coin out there. And Tom is the one that's always been hooked on Bitcoin and these miners, by the way. Even when we talked about, man, maybe we should expand and do other things. He's the one that said, well, I just feel long term that the ones that are going to win are going to be these Bitcoin miners. And we also said that we're not big on Apple this coming year.
I think Apple, I didn't do that video, and I still need to do it. I want to do my bottom 5 Dow stocks. Because I think there's 5 stocks that have traditionally been a safe haven that everybody flocks to, and I think those are going to be bad news this year, in my opinion, and starting with Disney.
And they're all retail stocks, by the way.
Disney, Apple,
people.
Those are 2 of my 5, so I'll make the rest of the list.
Ooh, we're gonna be at 20,000 any minute.
And
19.9, nice.
I'm not on the chart.
Wow.
Come on. Yeah, I gotta keep this chart up because
we
definitely want to be here. It would be nice to cross the line.